You see? He's making you turn around. So he made the pass, he cut right in front of you, and you turned around. That's what I'm trying to say to you. The ball's over there, he making you turn around. If he runs straight down, Coach Kahari gets that, that's a layup. What I'm trying to make you do is, once he makes the pass and he cuts, you bump him and to the baseline and you shift down. Hi, my name is Leo Ramirez. I am the head boys basketball coach here at Hartford Public High School, and I'm also the head boys soccer coach. How does it feel to be coaching back on my alma mater? It's an amazing feeling because, one, I played here. My brother played here. There was a lot of legendary players that played here. So Hartford High is always going to be number one for me. So again, you know, it's a great question in regards to how does it feel? It's an amazing feeling. It's a nostalgic feeling. I get to be a part of something that's very special, and I'm leading the way. In the middle, hurry up. How bad do you want to beat Weaver?
Really bad.
Really bad?
Yeah.
Then show it. Catching the ball has to be important. Going to the rim has to be important. Talking has to be important. This matter, you haven't beat them yet. You follow me on that? So this night, especially with everything on the line, going to the next round, beating them on their home court, it has to matter to you guys. So going after it has to matter right now.
Coach Leo, he added a fire to us that we knew we had, but we just didn't know how to bring it out. So he's changing the culture by, really maximizing all of our capabilities and helping us reach our potential.
We definitely did make it work because at the beginning of the season, we didn't really know who was going to be our coach. We was real indecisive. Nobody really wanted to play anymore. But then we gave Coach Leo a chance, and he really just turned us around. From going 3-17 to now us being 11-8 is that's a big historical turnaround for Hartford High.
Being at the pub means a lot to me because knowing basketball isn't the only sport I play. All of my coaches
Relocate.
know the
Call
history
for the
of the
ball.
pub. Seeing
Relocate.
I moved here, I came last year, so knowing all the history and the background of the pub, it's very special being here, and it's an honor to play for the coaches that I'm playing for.
What basketball means to the Hartford community is some kids might not have a way out, or you got to use sports as a way out, or basketball is their way out of the hood. Because some kids you can get stuck on the street. Some kids is your athlete, like your hood hero, they say.
A lot of time kids don't, like he said, don't have a way out, or they don't have anything to look forward to. So, sports may be their outlet to the world, even if they're having personal issues at home or dealing with things mentally. Basketball may be their way out of everything.
I think support, like you said, supporting anything it goes a long way. I do believe, I know at some schools I worked at previously, they would put out emails instructing other teams to come and support the other teams during their season. I've done everything like go to track meets, and I know nothing about track, flag football games with the Powder Puffs, and as well as just coming to check on the fellas who play football when they're in basketball season. So I think sometimes just the youth knowing that there's people there are going to be consistently there, and also between staff. I'm a Hartford school employee, city employee, so I think just showing up to these things when they see you in a different context other than in school sometimes, other than just being a professional from 7 to 3 or 8 to 4, whatever the school times are, I think that support definitely travels well with the student athletes.
Yeah, it's It's way bigger than people might think. A lot of times we think it's transactional when you're just looking at who won the game. But really, when you're building the community, you're talking about not just the school. You're talking about where we live at. We're talking about different families. We connecting people from who may have graduated from 1970 to someone that's graduating in 2 years from now. So that's the powerful piece of sports in itself. And once you see, that Hartford High logo on there, that automatically makes you part of a brotherhood, sisterhood, fraternity, sorority, whatever you want to call it. You're locked in. So, we're blessed to be a part of this community, but, moving forward, we're looking for ways to bring people back.
Personally, not being originally from Connecticut, I know how football was where I'm from in Buffalo, and how on Friday nights I can remember like the whole city coming out from every neighborhood to especially the night game or the marquee night games that occurred. Out here, and nowadays they're fortunate enough to have Friday night games every night, every week. So I feel like you say, why Hartford High? Because as Jackson aforementioned, like the community, I think it's a necessity for the community. As a, almost 40, I could kind of see the bigger picture now of having that communal support. When I live, for instance, if I lived up the street and I know, my neighbor whose grass I cut every other week is coming to watch me play, it creates a sense of pride in that community. It creates a sense of pride for that student. And to me, those are big enough whys to create that communal effort, to create that communal support, to be able to look in the stands and know the people there. And like Jack said, on Friday nights, if this is the second oldest high school in America, I believe, behind a high school in Boston, why not come not only to a historic place, but come see quality athleticism from quality student athletes.
The culture that we're trying to recreate here at Hartford High is it's a nostalgic one. Toughness, grittiness, scrappiness, one that everybody can be proud of. When we step on the floor, we want to be as physical as possible. We want to be able to run up and down the court. We want to be able to make people want to come to every single game because we're always going to show up. And we're going to show up on the defensive end. And that culture where it's like accountability is really important. Coachability is really important. We want guys here that just want to get better every single day, in the classroom, outside the classroom. So the culture that we're really trying to is again, it comes down to accountability. Can we be held accountable? Can we meet that standard every single day? And I think this year we laid the foundation for that for years to come.
Shot, Justice. Let's go. Let's go. Get 50 makes. 50 set makes. 50. Call for the ball, relocate. Call for the ball, relocate.
Beyond basketball, young men, especially young men in the inner city, just trying to teach them certain things that we were taught growing up and some of the things that we weren't taught growing up. Accountability, responsibility, just showing up every day no matter what's going on in the behind scenes that we go through in the everyday life. A lot of these kids come from broken homes. So what am I trying to teach? Just make sure that they show up every day. That's the biggest thing. Just show up every day no matter what's going on, because this too shall pass. And that's what I try to tell my guys. Today may not be the best day, but this too shall pass.
Hartford High really is an amazing place. I'm very proud to be a member of the school faculty here. I've been involved in the cheer program for almost 40 years. And Hartford High is just a different place. There's a lot of different cultures here. And, there's teachers that work very, very hard for our kids because we want them to be the best that they can be. And sometimes it's a little tough because, a few years ago, Hartford High, I mean, not necessarily Hartford High, but Hartford had a really ugly reputation in terms of violence. In the last couple of years, we've seen a turn with the kids. They want to come to school. They want to, they want to be here. And so, we're slowly getting our athletic programs together. And with the new hires of our coaches the last couple of years, we have come together as a unit, as a coaching unit, and we put our kids, we want to make sure that our kids are at their best. And so we're teaching them now how to put their best foot forward. And again, being that it's Hartford High, everyone knows who Hartford High is. I think the cheer programs are very important. We are the face of our school. Our job is to represent our school to the fullest and cheer our teams on. I've been very fortunate that I've worked with some amazing coaches here. I feel that the cheerleaders, we have a connection with our team, and we really know what they need. So if they need us to really cheer hard, of course we give it 100%. And we're not viewed as a fluff team. We're viewed as an athletic team. So we work just as hard as, our boys and our girls. And so it's just really important that people get a chance to see that, because the perception of cheerleading continues to change. It continues to evolve. And I want everyone to understand that we work harder than a lot of teams. But again, our primary focus is always to support our team and bring school spirit.
What does the future of Hartford High look like to me? Great question. We're trying to create something for years. We're trying to create something very powerful and special for years to come. Not only myself, but the football coach, the girls basketball coach, the track coach, the cheerleading coach. We are trying to create something that people can be proud of. We want something that when parents send their kids to Hartford High, they are not afraid of the education. They're not afraid of what the sports can provide, because we're going to try to set a standard where, everybody meets it. Everybody meets it in the classroom. Everybody meets it in their specific sports. We want public schools to be treated with respect as it once did. How do we get there? We get there by having people, by building trust. How do we build trust? By just putting ourselves out there and know that we're not perfect. We're not perfect in our approach sometimes. We're not perfect in our delivery at times, but we're trying. And that's the goal with this video. That's the goal with what we're trying to create here at Hartford High. We're trying to be dominant again in the inner city of Hartford. And again, just build that trust with parents, build that trust with students that are coming through these hallways. And that's what we're trying to create.